how today's video is going to pan out, because it was absolutely beautiful when we came out first thing. The dog has found every single puddle that you could possibly think of and decided to run through it, and also she's been discovering every single pile of fox feces you could possibly think of and been rolling in that as well. So she's going to be fun to share a pack raft with a little bit later. But anyway, good morning, welcome to this week's video. We're in the Waveney Valley today. We're out on a little pack raft adventure, and I've brought out this little gadget I've been sent by Base Camp Foods that I thought I'd share with you, and we can decide whether it's any good or not. Personally, I don't think it's going to be any good, but it's one of these self-heating packs to heat up your food while you're out doing your little adventures. But anyway, we'll get down the river, we'll set the pack raft up, and then we'll stop for some lunch, and we'll see what this thing's all about. Holding out for us anyway. So we're nearly up put in. We're going to put in at the Lensun Locks today, which is just over yonder there. It's a community pub. Absolutely brilliant place. It really is. The food's really good. The beer's really good. There's loads of live music. It's on the river. It's an absolute brilliant place. So if you're in the area, I do recommend visiting. I'll stick a link to them in the description below. So today we're going to paddle the MRS microraft, and it's a pack raft that I've used quite a lot actually. It's supplied by Packrafting, which are the UK distributor for MRS in the UK. I used it out in Sweden last year, and I've used it on many other different adventures, and it's absolutely perfect whether you're doing a 2-week or you're doing like a little day sort of micro adventure like what we're doing today. But yeah, if you want some more information about that, I'll stick a link up the top there to a video, a review video of the MRS microraft. Right, without further ado, we're going to get across the marsh and let's get this pack raft all set up. Well, it's a bit muddy down here. That dog of mine is absolutely filthy. And Mrs. is going to be so happy when I bring her back, stinking of fox crap and covered in mud. We've had a fair bit of rain the last couple of days. We had a couple of thunderstorms, and it really has horsed it down, as we would say, around this neck of the woods. So it's a bit squelchy underfoot. I'm so glad I wore shorts today, and having it share a tiny little pack raft with a bog dog on the way back home. But hey ho, it's all fun. Right, so here we are at the Lensun Locks. So the Lensun Locks is quite an old building originally. The original building's just in the middle there, and that used to be a lockkeeper's cottage, and just in front of us here there was a lock, and that's recently been restored by the Waveney River Trust. So what used to happen here is they would literally just lock the water in from the upper reaches of the River Waveney just to keep the river higher, so the wherries that were travelling from like Alton Broad, Lowestoft and Norwich and things could actually make it up the river, because they had quite a big draft on them, the wherries. And if the water wasn't kept within the river, then they wouldn't have made it up the river up to the other towns like Bungay and places like that. But yeah, like I say, now it's a community pub, and it is, as you can see, an absolute beautiful place to come and spend an afternoon. there we are. So that's pretty much all set up. I'm just going to take the spray skirt off, which is simple to do. All I've got to do is just release the zip from here, unzip all of this, and then roll this back, and then just using the Velcro straps here, we can just tie that off, and then we can get Bog Dog in the raft. That don't sound too promising. I think I will take out my rain jacket just in case. And we'll just shove that on top of the dry bag, I think. Typical. Looking at the sky over at Will's mum's, I think we're going to get a bit wet, but hey ho, it is what it is. Right, just need to temper up the raft a little bit more, and then we'll get in the water and start making our way up the river. And look at that, just as we put the boat in, it's starting to rain. I'm sorry dog, but you're going to get wet. I might clean her up a little bit though. Right, let's put this raincoat on. Now if I was on my own it wouldn't matter too much because I can just draw the spray skirt over myself, hide myself in my raincoat under the spray skirt and I wouldn't get wet. But because we've got the dog, it's not going to be that easy. So we might have to change today's plan really, depending if it does start thunder and lightning, then you know, having a carbon paddle in the middle of a river is not a good idea. And that's the great thing about pack rafting, is that I can literally just pull up, pack down and just walk off. You haven't got to worry about being stuck on the water if you're in like a canoe or a kayak or something. So we'll see how it goes. We've had a few rumbles of thunder and it has just started to rain. It is fairly black over there, but it's clear over that way where the wind's coming from. So we'll play it by ear and see how we get on. Go on, sit yourself down. Oh, you're so nice and clean. Sit yourself down properly. Come on. Go on, sit yourself down. Good girl. Well, we're away, and it's only just a tiny little drizzle at the moment, but it doesn't look nice up there. At least it's warm, that's the main thing. Well, it looks like the rain has stopped, so we can stop for some lunch and try out this self-heating pot. I'm not overly confident it's going to be any good or suited to my needs, but we'll give it a go. So we'll just paddle a little bit further downriver and see if we can find somewhere to stop. Well, as typical, as we stop for lunch, it starts raining again. So I think we'll hide underneath this willow. Right, let's get all of our bits out. It's time to sit on the inflation bag, I think. Well, I can hear thunder. I'm not sure whether we're going to get caught out. I'm going to start off with one of these real on-the-go energy drinks. These are quite handy, these are, when you need a bit of sugar, and also you don't have to sort of contaminate a water bottle with these, so you just got to fill them up with water up to the fill line just there, and then give them a shake. So this is a little gadget we got today. It's by a company called Heat to Eat. It retails at £7.69. It's quite a massive pot, really, compared to, you know, your brew kit that you can use multiple times in loads of conditions. It heats your food up by using one of these heat stones inside there. So you just fill up to the water line inside of here and then heat your meal up. Personally, I think it's massive. You know, if you're going to use it a couple of times, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but we'll have a go with it today. So opening it up, inside there you've got a little tray inside of here, and I'm sure that's where you put your food if you've got cooked food. There's nothing in there yet, Marley, at all. You put your cooked food in top of that, your water, your heat stone in the bottom, and then that goes in, and then your lid goes on the top. But we're going to have a go today to see how we can, if we can heat up an MRE meal. So we've got a chicken in wild sauce with rice by Adventure Menu. Haven't tried this before, but it's a really good meal by the looks of things. It has, what do we got, 544 kilocalories inside of this. I've had a few of their meals before, and they've been really nice. So I think what we'll do is we'll get this in and we'll see how it goes. I'm guessing that's the fill line there, written in Chinese. Just lay that inside the water. Come out, dog, it's not food. And then it says to place the tray on top to cook the food, but we're gonna just squeeze up one of these MREs and put that in. And then looking at the instructions there, it says after 20 to 30 minutes, so it's quite a while to wait for your food compared to a 9-10 minute boil in some water, but we'll see how it goes. We'll place it in there, put the lid on the top, gotta get wet, wetter should I say. Okay. 15 minutes and the steam has stopped coming out of there, and let's see how hot the meal is. It's hot. It is really hot. Let's see how it tastes. Chicken in wild sauce with rice. Oh, it's a red sauce. I was half expecting a white sauce. Let's see how it is. There's good old chunks of chicken in it. Good. And it's hot, that's the main thing. So what do we think of this? Well, I know what I think. I think it's an absolute waste of money, to be perfectly honest. Look at the size of it. It's huge, takes up a massive amount of space in your bag. You can only heat up one meal with one stone, and then you've got to buy another stone for it. You know, I just can't see it, really, to be honest. I mean, they've got it down for farming, trucking, climbing, surfing, camping, picnicking. I think they're just trying to hit any market they possibly can with it, really. But yeah, it's a no-go for me, really. You know, it heats up a meal. It does what it says on the tin. It heats up a meal, but I think it's just a gimmick, to be perfectly honest. Right, well, I'm going to get this finished. I'm sure I'm going to get some help. The rain's just slowed down now, and I'm getting eaten alive here. And then I think we'll start making our way back down the river. Well, that looks as black as sin behind us, that does. I can hear thunder in the distance. Hopefully we can get home. This one has just dried out nicely now. I just want to take a couple of minutes really and just apologise for not putting videos out recently, you know, every week. It's just got too much for us really, and you know, I think life, work, play, it all has to be balanced out, and it just got a bit too much. And I was starting to get a bit stressed with it all, so I knocked it on the head for a little bit and just went outdoors really, just to enjoy the outdoors for what it is and not to get stressed about filming and editing and all of that. And it's been really nice. I've really enjoyed it. Had a few fishing trips out. I just got back off one trip, which unfortunately I blanked on, and that was we were out fishing for catfish, but nothing hit the net. Did have a good couple of takes and did have a decent fish on, but as always with me, that came off. But yeah, there's a good couple of trips coming up soon. So we've got the Scotland trip coming up very, very soon. That's beginning of June, and that's a solo trip. And that's going to be a combination of roof tent camping, fishing, pack rafting, wild camping. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. So thank you for watching this short little video. I think we can safely say that that little self-heating thing by Heatery is a flop, I would say. I'm sure some people would have use for it, but not for me. It's just not suited for it. But the meal was good. So that was chicken and wild rice in a wild sauce, I think, by Adventure Menu. So that was quite nice. I enjoyed it, and so did this one as well. So thanks for watching, and if you're new to the channel, then please hit that subscribe button just below, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram, and hopefully we'll catch you next time on the next one.